Hello and welcome everyone to Discovering Dez. My name is Dez and I will not be before you long today. This wasn't even supposed to be my second video, but things happen and you'll get that video whenever I get to it. So, just give you a little background. Last week I was not in the best mental space at all. I didn't really want to do anything. I was feeling a lot of frustration within myself about different things, frustration with the world and all the mess that we witness and endure in the United States of America. With that being said, we're just gonna keep moving. Long story short, I just wasn't 100%. Fast forward to Sunday, yes, Sunday. I was scrolling on Facebook and I saw that this yoga studio in town was doing this free demo of a new class that they're working on, whatever. I read the intro and it was titled Meditation Movement or Movement Meditation, whatever. So just how I think about things, I initially thought it was going to be more so a coordinated, instructor-led meditation class. I've done meditation in the past, but not really pairing it with movement. Like when I've meditated, I'm usually seated on the floor, lying down on the floor, my back, but I was still open to trying something new. So in my head, I ended up going back and forth about this for literal hours. It was like I was trying to psych myself out of going for whatever reason. I have found huge success with just questioning myself. Whenever I have a response to something that makes me anxious, makes me frustrated, angry, I like to take a step back and just say, Des, what what is the problem? Like, what is it? Like, is it really that big to where you're going to be upset over it? Will it matter 2 weeks from now, a day from now? And a lot of the times, the answer is no. Like, we get ourselves worked up over so much that just doesn't matter. So I was like, cool, this is gonna be like a calming dance class, maybe. I thought it was gonna be led by an instructor. Because it even had a disclaimer at the bottom. It's like, you don't have to have any dance or yoga experience for this class. So I was like, cool, right up my alley, even though I can cut a mean two-step. My mind did its thing. I started having very anxious thoughts and assumptions about this class for whatever reason. And after just sitting myself down and thinking through some things and just asking myself why, like, what makes you feel this way? I found that I was just scared. Scared of failing, scared of looking stupid, scared of not fitting in. And I know that sounds very middle school, very elementary, but as adults, we want to fit in. We want to be a part of a social group. With that desire to be in a social situation, a lot of people often face anxiety about being around people. They want to hang out with people, they want to date, they want to do X, Y, and Z, they want to go party. But a lot of people, their anxiety just stops them. And after a while, I just had to sit myself down. It's like, Des, what is it? What is inhibiting you from wanting to go to this class? Even though you want to, but what is inhibiting your mind that's making you doubtful of your success in this class? It just boiled down to fear. Scared of being the only guy in a class. Whether that's fear of acceptance, fear of how I'll execute in the class, or just fear of being in a new space. I had to tell myself, even if you're crappy, you could look plumb terrible. That's not a phrase. And guess what? That's okay, because you're an adult and we all look stupid sometimes and we all do stupid things sometimes. And I had to remind myself, this is a new class. Just like I've never done this, several people that'll probably be there have never done this. So what's the freaking problem, my guy? What is it? So after having that long come to Jesus meeting with myself, I decided that I was gonna go, and that was like 9:30. Class started at 11. Alright, so I end up going to the class. It's a very small class. It's only me, older lady, the instructor, and another woman that works at the studio. So once we all get settled, the instructor is up front just running through the general guidelines of what will be going on. And long story short, this was not a guided class. It was more so a freestyle to do whatever your spirit moves you. There's various different kinds of music playing, different tribal music, meditation music. There was some pop stuff mixed in, but the goal was just to connect within and just express whatever you're feeling on the inside and just let that out. Y'all, when I tell you that was one of the best experiences I've ever had, I got exactly what I needed that day. It was just beautiful the way that us 4 people, most of us complete strangers to each other, she put the music on and we just went to town, whether it was just like slow music or if it was something upbeat. We all had our own style going on. Initially, it was very awkward for me just trying to let down those walls in my mind and just release everything that was going on outside of the room, just try to block that off and be very present in the moment. But after a few minutes, I really felt myself connect within, and the body just took charge from there. Of course, I was aware of what movements I was doing, but I took time to just listen to me. She emphasized just being able to listen to your body and go in whatever direction it moves you to go in. We danced for 45 minutes. 45 minutes, and I loved every second of it. Like, it was like just reflecting on it. We were all just going around the room. Our eyes weren't supposed to be closed, but I'm sure mine were. But we were just seamlessly just flowing around this room. It was a decently sized room to just have 4 people in it. But we were really just all in our own space, but all in tune, if you know what I mean. So at the end of the class, we had like a little debriefing session, just talked about what we felt, how we liked it, and all of that good stuff. And everyone seemed to had a good time. And at the end, one lady turned to me and she was like, "I hope you come back." And I was like, I'll try. The instructor was like, "You don't know how much of an impact your masculine energy has on a room. Today wouldn't have been today without you." And I really felt that, because I feel like I said this in my last video, but when you look at the yoga population, there isn't a lot of men there. Whenever I go to yoga in the park, there's usually, I want to say 4 men max. And at the least, I'm the only one. And I would say that's out of a group of like 25 to 30. But if you don't take anything else from this video, just know that it's okay to feel fear. It's okay to be anxious. It's okay to doubt yourself. But you have to know how to check yourself in those moments. You have to let yourself know that, hey, I'm a bad. Fear is inevitable. Anxious thoughts are often inevitable, but you can control your response to them. You don't have to succumb to them. You don't have to let them rule your life. Because if I hadn't went to that meditation class, I don't know what my mindset would be right now. I'd probably still be in a funk. I'd probably still be moody. But I made a decision. And that's what you have to do as well. Life is full of decisions. We get up every day and we make decisions that are going to impact us in one way or the other. So let's make a good one. Decide to live. Don't choose fear. Fear is going to always be there. Anxiety is going to always be there in some degree. But one thing you can't do, you can't let that fear stop you from accomplishing something, trying something new, or just being yourself. You can't let fear stop you. You're not going to always be here. So you're going to have to make a choice to live. You're going to have to make a choice to enjoy what you have and just choose to be. Hopefully this video wasn't too long. I just really, really want to share that with you guys. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. Feel free to leave me a few comments under here and go ahead and like the video. Again, thank you guys. We're out.